Students, so today we are going to discuss about two topics, that is first of all equivalent decimals, and then we are going to talk about how money is used in decimals also, or decimals is used in case of money. Now first of all, equivalent decimals. The word equivalent means something which is equal. You will get it in fraction also, equivalent fractions where the fractions are equal. Similarly in decimal also you have decimals which are equal. They don't look equal, but you might think that okay, these are not equal, these are different, but actually they are same, they represent the same number. So such decimals are known as equivalent decimals. So the decimals which are equal are known as equivalent decimals. Say for example, if we take such cases, say I have taken a square here which I have divided into 100 boxes, and the same square I have taken here which I have divided into 10 boxes. Okay, so in this case I have shaded 20 boxes out of 100, so 20 out of 100, and in this case I have shaded 2 boxes out of 10, so 2 out of 10. So now if I convert them into decimal, this will be equal to, because there are two zeros, so decimal will be from right side 1 2, so it will be 0.20. so this is a decimal that you will get, and in this case only one zero, so after one digit only it will come 0.2. The thing is that are they equal? By looking, if you don't understand here, but if you see at the diagram that I have drawn, if you carefully notice, though I have made 20 boxes, where I have made these 20 boxes here, in these two equal boxes, so in these two divisions that I have made, that only I have divided into 20 more divisions. That means these two parts and these 20 boxes actually represent the same part. They represent the same part, they are not different. Okay, they represent the same part. So this and this are representing the same amount or the same proportion of the square that has been shaded, only they have been shaded in a different way. Like here I have divided this much part as 2 bars, and this same thing has been divided here into 20 boxes. So that is the only differences. So ultimately the same amount of or the same part of the box has been shaded. That means 20 by 100 and 2 by 10 represent the same thing. So which means the decimal here and the decimal here are representing the same thing. Then you might be thinking how it is same, it is 20 and it is only 2. So let me tell you in decimal, say I take a number 2.4. now you remember this thing, that in a decimal, after the decimal number, after writing the decimal part, and at the rightmost end you can put any number of zeros you want. Say if I write it as, suppose you have written 2.4, someone come and say that no, I'll write 2.40, or the other come and say that I'll write 2.4000, so other comes and said I'll write 2.400000, and so on. So you can put as many zeros you want, and still the number will not change. All of these will be equal to the same number, that is 2.4, because in decimal, after the decimal part I'm talking about, this 0 in the extreme right, that means in the right, when there is no other digit after 0, only zeros are there at the end, those zeros do not have any value. If you write it or do not write it, it's same thing. Say you got an answer somewhere, you got an answer say 23.40, and instead of that if you write 23.4, if you skip this 0, you are absolutely correct. Okay, you are not wrong in that, you are absolutely correct. Only in case of rupees we don't skip this 0, because rupees are always in 2-digit places after in paisa, so you don't skip there. But otherwise if you write 23.4 instead of 23.40, you are correct. Okay, so that is because this 0 does not have any value, this 0 does not count here, it doesn't make any difference in the number. Yeah, if you have the number in such a way that 05, in that case you cannot avoid the 0, because that 0 will have a value because it has a 5 after it. But in this cases there is no other digit after 0 is the last, so you can put as many zeros here because that won't change the value. So that is why these two fractions, these two decimals are equal, because having a 0 at the last doesn't make any difference, it remains the same thing. So this is what equivalent decimal means. So if I ask you if say 3.47 and 3.470 are equivalent, the answer will be yes, because 3.47 can be written as 3.470, or you can take it like this, say 3.47. if you write it in fractional form, you will get by 100 because there are two digits, and for this one 3.470 you will get it as 3470. Three digits are there, so 3 zeros, so 1000. So can I make them equal? Yes, of course I can. See, if you see this one, if I divide this number, this 0 will get cancelled. Okay, you can do in this way also. Either you can cancel this 0, or if I multiply this with 10, 3470, so ultimately becomes same. So that means these two decimal numbers are equivalent. Okay, so if I tell you now a question that write 3 equivalent decimals for 3.25, this is the decimal number I given. You have to write 3 equivalent decimals. So answer will be, so the number was 3.25. I need 3 equivalent decimal. So what can I do is that just keep on putting 0. Say I put 1 0 here, then I put another 2 zeros here, then I put say 3 zeros here. So these are the 3 numbers which are equivalent to 3.25, because these zeros do not count. It is just put to make it equal, to show that how can I make an equivalent decimal, otherwise the number doesn't change. Now I have put 1 2 and 3 zeros. You can put any number of zeros you want. If you think that okay, no, I will put the first one 1 0, but in the second one I'll put 1 2 3 4 5, okay, fine. In the third one, if you want to put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, still okay, because these zeros won't change the number, it will remain same. So you can put as many number of zeros as you want just to find the equivalent decimal. Okay, so this is how the equivalent decimal goes on. I think the concept is clear. Now we'll go for money and decimal, or decimal and money, whatever you say. That means use of decimal in money. First of all, try to remember that 1 rupee is equal to 100 paisa, and 1 paisa is equal to 1 by 100 rupee. So if you, I think you have got in class 3 also, that whenever you want to convert rupee into paisa, you have multiplied by 100 like this, 2 into 100, 200 paisa. And whenever the paisa has been converted to rupees, we have divided by 100. So 700 by 100, zeros get cancelled, 7 rupees. You have not done in this way, might be you have done division. So in this way also you can do it. So 7 rupees. Okay, this one you have already done in class 3. Now let me see this in decimal form now. If I take 1 paisa, see here, if I take 1 paisa, 1 by 100, 1 paisa means 1 by 100, which is equal to 0.01. We have already learned this because 2 zeros are there. So I put 1, I need one more place, so 2, so 1 2, 0.01 rupees. So that means any paisa, when you convert to rupees, say I am giving some example here, convert 7 paisa into rupees. So you have to divide it by 100, because 1 paisa equal to 1 by 100, so 7 paisa will be 7 by 100. So 7 by 100 rupees. So 2 zeros are there, so 1, I need one more place, 0, so 0.07. Say this one 86 paisa again, so 86 by 100 rupees. So 2 zeros are there and you have 2 digits only, so 1 2, 0.86. In this case you can do it in 2 ways. Either the way that you have been doing in the previous exercise also, where if you remember, you converted the decimal fraction into decimal. How? You took this one, because there are 2 digits, so this 2 number will be taken as 63 by 100, and 4 is written here in the side as a mixed fraction. And then because it is 63 and there are 2 zeros, so 1 2, 4.63. Or directly you can do it like this also. You could do it in the previous exercise also directly, that when you are dividing by 10 or 100, instead of breaking the number like this, you can break it like this also. If you want to convert into decimal, then what you will do is that 463 paisa, so 463 by 100, simply you take here 2 zeros, see where it will come, 1 2, it will come here in between 4 and 6, so 4.63. So directly this answer also can be written without writing this step. Without writing this step also, directly you can come to this step, just to count the zeros and accordingly put the decimal. So this is how you convert paisa into rupees. Now converting rupees into paisa, 2 ways are there. One is multiply by 100. but I'll not go for that in decimal form because you have not learned how to multiply decimal with 100 till now. We have not gone to that topic till now, so I'll not go for that. I will go in this way. Say 0.08 rupees, I have to convert it into paisa. So what will I do is that, as I know 0.08 means what, 8 by 100, okay, because there are two decimal places as you can see. So if I write 8 here, so in down you will get 100 because there are two decimal places after decimal. So 8 by 100. Now 8 by 100, see, 1 by 100 means 1 paisa, then 7 by 100 means 7 paisa, so 8 by 100 means 8 paisa. So it is done. Now so 1.78, say 1 plus 0.78, okay, one more thing, this one you can do it like this also, multiply it by 100. As I said, for converting into paisa you can multiply it by 100. So 8 by 100 into 100, 100 cancel, 8 paisa, or directly you can write it this one also, same thing. Okay, now this one 1.78 can be written as 1 plus 0.78. now rupee 1 I have taken here. I'll convert first this rupee 1 into paisa by multiplying 100. So 1 into 100 equal to 100 paisa. We have learned this, converting into paisa, multiply by 100. Now in 0.78 I will not go for multiplication here because as I said again, you have not learned till now we have not gone to the topic of multiplication of decimal. So I'll do it in this way. 78, now because two decimal places, so by 100. So 78 by 100 will be 78 paisa. So you got 100 paisa and 78 paisa. These two will be totaled, calculated. 100 plus 78, 178 paisa. So 1.78 is equal to 178 paisa. So this is how the conversions are done. So the next exercise that will be given to you as your worksheet or the work today will be based on these two questions only, converting into rupees, converting into paisa. The equivalent decimal though topic is given in the book, but I don't know why any question is not given. So for now these two types of question will be there in your book, so you can do it in this way. Okay, thank you.